series of videos about how to build a successful commercial cleaning business. In our last video, we talked about the first leg of the stool, a predictable quantity of profitable cleaning contracts. Now, if you are baffled by the terminology, then you need to go back a couple videos and watch the video that talks about the three elements or the three legs of the stool you absolutely need to get right. And we call it the three legs of the stool. I'm not sure if we mentioned this in the last videos, but we call it the three legs of the stool is because, you know, you can have one of the legs, like for instance, a predictable quantity of profitable cleaning contracts, so getting the business. But if you don't have the other two legs, which is consistent delivery and relationships, then there's no stability, okay? So you want stability in your business so you can add contract onto contract onto contract and still have a solid performing profitable business. So if you only have one of the legs, it's not very stable. If you only have two of the legs, it's still not very stable. So you need to have three legs to have a stable business. So in this video, we're going to carry on our discussion. What we're talking about is, you know,
winning business.
Winning business. I mean, this is an exciting topic. That's why we've broken it up into two videos. The first video we talked about, you know, where people sit, you know, in the hierarchy of desire, or where people, how many people are actively looking for cleaning contracts, and we said there's not that many. Okay, there's only 3% of people actively looking for cleaning contracts, and that leaves a bunch of people, 70% in fact, or 67% besides that 3%, who are open to alternatives, who would be okay about getting other service providers or quotes from other service providers.
That's right.
So now it's about, well, what's the way to approach those 67%? We know that the 3% there, I mean, they're the ones that you're going to stumble into, or if you have some Google ads or you have some SEO.
They might ring you, that's
right. They might ring you, okay? But
or email
you can't scale your business off the 3%. It's just too hard and too slow. And that's what I did initially. And yes, I grew my business, but it's very incremental the way that I grew my business. So I needed a strategy and a way to approach that other 67% of people who would be open to alternatives, and I just needed to get those people's attention and their interest and their engagement to the point that they started to make a decision.
So what I wouldn't mind doing, if you don't mind, let me just draw a quick, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. If you're in business already, you understand what a sales funnel is, you understand what conversion rates are, you understand all of these things. But if this is new to you, it's actually quite important to get a quick background. So I'm going to take 10 seconds, literally, and I'm just going to draw something for you. This is what we call a sales funnel. So how many people you have in your funnel that want to do business with you? Done.
Just on 10 seconds.
Just on 10 seconds.
Well,
now, why is this thing important? Because if you've got one person in here, you need a 100% conversion rate in order to get one person come through at a certain value per month. In other words, how much they're going to give you to clean their place per month. 100% conversion rate if you've only got one person. To me, that sounds unrealistic, but if you do win that person, I tell you what, you don't want to lose them because that's some pretty big numbers, right? That's pretty hard to deal with. Have I got that right?
Yeah, you got that right, mate.
So what we want to be able to do is we want to take this unknown number, right? Let's have a look at our sales funnel. So we want to take this unknown number and we want to make it a number we know. Predictable, that's what Damien was saying. Predictable quantity of profitable cleaning contracts. So how do we turn that into a number we know?
That's right. So, and there comes a very simple formula that we can use to grow our business, which is the number of proposals, which is that number that we're talking about now, our conversion rate, which means how many people convert. So how many people go from the funnel here to a sale, to a signed cleaning contract. What's their average dollar value? And
we're getting into some good business coaching levers and stuff. We'll do that in another video.
Yeah,
but
we will. So what we're looking at, and then we can start looking at then how much profit we make. Again, we talked about making sure we're targeting the most profitable segment of the market, and then you can see how much money you're making. So there's a number of different levers. In this video, we're just going to be talking about these two levers, which is how many prospects we can have, we can get. So how many proposals, especially in the cleaning world, we want proposals. That's where we swing a bat at the ball. Okay, if we don't have a proposal, then we have no chance of doing business.
Let's just really quickly, for those of you who don't know what a proposal is, they're going, what's a proposal? When we engage a customer, a potential customer, and we say, can we send you some information? We'd like to do business with you, especially if they've got an existing cleaner. They want to see information about us. They want to see what kind of work we're capable of doing. They want to see what work we're proposing to do for them.
So it's a scope of work. Yeah.
At a proposed price.
Yeah.
That's why we call it a proposal.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what a proposal is.
Yeah. No one can say yes to you unless you've got that, because if they haven't got that, then you're just talking about doing that. So you're saying, hey, can I have a chance to put a proposal in front of you? And that's one of the things I would advise that you do straight away is get a proposal in front of people. Okay, because otherwise you've got nothing to talk about. Okay?
If you don't have a proposal, you need to create one. Maybe that's another video at some point in time.
Maybe so many
Not
videos
this
we can
series,
talk
but
about.
maybe another series will show you how to create a proposal so you can, a really good one. But that's what you want. You want to be able to give a proposal to somebody. This is how many people in 1 month you have given a proposal to, have said, yes, I want to receive one. Not stuck one in the letterbox, not popped one underneath their front door, not unsolicited. This is people we've gone and seen, or you've rung, or whatever, and they've said, yes, I'd like to receive that information from you. That's that number we're talking about here.
Well, let's spill the beans as well.
Okay.
Because people are going to want to know, how can I get a proposal? Well, I'll tell you straight away, yes, you can rely on inbound inquiries. We mentioned in the last video, we're talking about a very small percentage of people who are going to give you inbound inquiries. They're cold inbound inquiries we're talking about. The other thing to do is you looking at going outbound. Okay, so going to the market. We already know where they are. We can see them from the street. So that's easy for us to do, right? So we know where the offices, medical centers, where the gyms, and where our potential clients are. So we go to that market, right?
Oh, sounds scary.
It sounds scary if you don't know what you're doing. Now we can go via LinkedIn. Okay, we can go via email. We can go via Facebook. It's a little bit harder with B2B.
Doesn't work real well, these things. I don't believe.
But
anyway,
it's not impossible.
It's not impossible.
And you can go by the phone, so you can ring people up.
Yep.
Now, ringing people up, unless you're highly skilled on the phone, you're probably only going to reach that 3% of people who are actively looking. That's not a bad thing, because you can go through a lot of phone calls to get those three out of 100 people who are interested. So it's not a bad thing, and it's not a strategy I would suggest you throw out the window. It's very effective, and people have been able to build very big businesses.
I was going to say, actually, that's what a lot of the really big businesses do, is they have a tally team, and they're actually they're harvesting, turning over rocks, so to speak, looking for that 3%. It works, but for you guys entering into this market, there's a cheaper and easier way and a more effective and predictable way to win business.
Very simply, just go and have a chat to them. So, and I said that in a very purposeful manner. I didn't say go and cold call them, go and have a chat to them. And I'm going to give you the secrets, because otherwise this video is going to go for a very long time.
Let's do it really quickly so we can sign off on this one and get to the next one.
Absolutely. So what you want to be doing is using neighbor equity. You want to go and say, you want to have a reason to be in front of the person that you're talking with. Very simple way to do that is say, hey, I was just next door with such and such doing a cleaning assessment, and I thought it'd be silly for me to not drop in, say hello, and see how we can help you. Now, there are a couple other sequences beyond that, but that very simple introduction has done a number of things. First of all, it's given them a reason that you're in front of them. Okay, so it's not awkward, it's not unnatural. Of course you should be there. You've gone through a sequence, and it's a brain sequence, as it were. Like if we were to talk about evolutionary psychology, we're talking about going past that reptilian brain, which goes fight or flight. So is this dangerous or is this safe? Of course it's safe, because you're next door and you're accepted by Melina or Melissa or Rob, whoever their name is next door, and they said it was okay, they did it, so therefore it's okay for them to say yes to you too. Yeah. And there's a reason for you to be in front, and they're thinking, yeah, of course it'd be silly for you not to be in front of me talking to me about cleaning as well.
Yeah, I might jump back just a little bit in case you missed it, because it was pretty quick, and I know a lot of you going, what? That sounded too simple. It's very simple, but I'll just say it again. It's basically the script, if you want to use it to get a soft approach, to have people willing to actually talk with you, is just this. I was next door, not your name, because they don't care about you, let's be honest. I was just next door with whoever it is, Sandra, Tom, John, as Damien said. I was just next door with John. We were doing a cleaning assessment. I thought it'd be pretty silly if I didn't call in and see how we can clean your office. That is very soft. If you're doing cold calling right now and you're going, I've never done that before, I do the opposite. My name's John, I've got heaps of stuff here and I'm here and I'm just in the area, and you wonder why you're getting shut down, just quickly flip it around, rewind this video, write what we said down and try that. You'll be very surprised at the results.
Now you're still going to get those knee-jerk reactions. You're still going to get, I'm happy with my current cleaners. We've already got we're under contract.
We do the cleaning ourselves.
Yeah, so there's going to be
couple of things.
There's going to be a number of knee-jerk reactions, but they're much softer.
Very soft.
Than the reactions you might have faced before when you took this approach. Because a lot of people think, well, maybe I'll do that, and then they get the door slammed in their face and they say, I'm never going to do that again, and I feel really awkward and it feels weird and uncomfortable in being in front of them. Hey, guess what? They're feeling weird and uncomfortable because you're weird and uncomfortable, okay? So look, there's some simple strategies to have a soft approach, and what you want to do is then invite them into a conversation. Now, that's probably beyond the scope of this one video, but we will be touching on it, on these points. And if you have some questions or you want us to create a video on other strategies or what to say after that, put a question below. We're open to comments at the moment. We're open to comments. Unless things get a little bit, abusive, then maybe we will close it.
They wouldn't do that. It's
no,
all
you guys
right.
wouldn't do that, would you?
It's fine.
No, you wouldn't do that. So look, ask us a question. Happy to answer it in a video. But very simply, you want to have a soft script, and then you want to carry on a conversation, and we can talk about follow-up and closing and adding value and writing a proposal in other videos. But you're starting that conversation with somebody. You've got a chance to do business. And what you want to do is you want to move them from that 67% right up to, first of all, that 20% of people who are actively interested, I wouldn't say actively looking, up into that 3% of people who are willing to make a decision and change their cleaners. That's where you want to push them to. You can only do that if they're in your database and you're starting a conversation and they know about you. So you've got to get them to know about you. The most effective and most efficient way of doing that, the fastest way of doing that, is knowing how to have those conversations which turn into proposals, which then turn into, that they become your database, which you nurture, build a relationship with, and then if you do that effectively, eventually they'll become your clients.
There we go.
So in the next video, we're going to be talking about, once you've got them as your clients, how do you keep them? Because no point winning them, only to lose them. Okay, so the secret behind having a successful, profitable commercial cleaning business is winning these clients and then keeping them forever. And we're going to show you how to do that in the next video. See you then. Subscribe below.